I'm back at Kikar HaBimah, and as I said, they need to fence off the area around the pool so people don't fall in the dark on Saturday night. It's now Friday, just about noon, so they're all set up for tomorrow night. You can see the speakers will be speaking from there. Over here, I believe this is where there will be loudspeakers that enable people to hear. Various fencing around the area in order to prepare the way for the large crowd that will be here Saturday night. As I said, this is not the largest gathering that will be taking place in Tel Aviv, but it is a main address. So I'm going to direct your attention to the other end of the Kikar here, and then I'll continue in a moment with a look down the street there. And now I'm at the other end of the Kikar. You can see where we just were. There's this little hill here with benches and a tree. This is a meeting place. I believe this is where Keilat Sinai has their Havdalah at 7 o'clock. Although Havdalah is really about 6 o'clock, so I haven't been there for it. This looks down the street, and this is the main corridor for people to walk to the site of the main demonstration, which I will be taking you toward. Looking back over this way, I had mentioned earlier Sderot Rothschild, which is the extension, if you will, of Sderot Chen, which I was featuring before. This is another famous place. This is where the tents arose some years ago in a previous set of ongoing protests here in Eretz Yisrael, Medinat Yisrael. So we'll continue down the road. We're now at the bottom of the hill. I came from up there. I think you can see it, but I'm not looking in that direction at the moment. And this is Even Gvirol, which is the street that we live on, and a significant intersection here. In so many ways, largely blocked off because of the construction of the light rail. But I'm going to continue now toward the site of the main demonstration. I've worked my way up a little bit to north and east of where we were before. Now we are looking down Kaplan, as Eliezer Kaplan Street. This is the gateway, which would take us both right next to Sarona, which is a major residential and shopping area, and then as we go across the Ayalon to Hashalom train station, and it's down there that the main demonstration is hosted. We're looking back now toward Even Gvirol, which is off in the center of these experiences, of my life experiences, since that's the street on which I live. Going on up Kaplan now. A little farther up Kaplan now, near Sarona, this area back in here, these are former Templar buildings dating back to when Germans were here, and across it is part of a what was a large military installation. And in fact, this is probably the brain center, the heart of military operations here in Tel Aviv. So for those of us who have decried the propensity of Hamas to have military installations and bombardments and so on in the middle of their civilian population, I don't retract that criticism, but I will point out that what you're looking at right now is the heart of the Israeli defense establishment right here in the heart of Tel Aviv, with brand new buildings having gone up right next to it. It seems practical to me, but just does make that criticism a little bit more difficult to sustain. As you can see, there are speaker platforms both for people to speak from and to place speakers on for tomorrow night's gatherings as we move on up the street. Now I'm at the top of the hill, slight hill, that is Kaplan, as it heads on toward Hashalom. The main meeting place of the Saturday night rallies is down there at the bottom of the street. The street continues across the Ayalon, and there are sometimes screens up here which are broadcasting what's happening down there. This entire area is kind of filled with people. I say kind of because last week there was room to walk around. It was not as big as the gatherings of the previous week. But people all the way from down at the bottom of the street up to here, and in time the crowds may get bigger again, although the crowds are also growing around the city, although really more specifically or more importantly around the country, and also more people of a religious nature are coming out to be part of objecting to what the Netanyahus and their people are trying to make happen as they try to undo the government, the way that we have governed the state of Israel for many years. Now I'm down at the bottom of the hill, so the last place that I filmed from was up there. Now we are down next to Misrad HaPnim, the Interior Ministry. I believe that they set up the speakers right here, that this road is closed off. This whole area is closed off. And last Saturday night, I came down to look. I was looking at the screens which were here. I was standing over there, and down here it was very much wall-to-wall people, very tightly packed. I will also, just by way of seeing what's fitting together here, you see the Azrieli Center here, which actually connects to Hashalom Station. And back behind it there, you'll see, you probably would have to have been here to understand what it looks like, but you are looking at one side of Hashalom Station there. Of course, the trains are down below, and then the other side is here on this street, and we are actually standing atop the Ayalon, the highway. Actually, this is not the Ayalon. This might be Begin Street. The Ayalon is up still yet ahead of us. So that gives you a little bit of a sense of where all these things are going on.